Hi again. Today I will share with you my analysis for Ethereum. I have shared it before, but today I have actually updated my target from 15K to 27K, which is almost 30K. Why I think that is possible, I will share with you how I reached this analysis. First, my first analysis was based on just Fibonacci. You have like a move, retracement, and go back to an extension. Here we share that it may go to 3.6. If this happened again, so as I said before, it will be around here or here, which is 15K. Of course, you may argue that actually, if you want to see it as a bearish setup, it is also valid. We have here a break of structure, and here it's the retracement, and in this case, it will actually go way lower, because as you can see here, it's a pool of liquidity underneath this trend line. So if this didn't work out, it will be very bad. It's not a kind of trade that if it doesn't work out, it will be okay. No, if it didn't, it will go maybe like to these levels, which is, as I said before, very bad. But how I see it, I see that this is very old. This was the 2021, which is very old. It's always better to look at recent price action. What is the most recent one? I think this one here. This has broken the structure, which is this here, this resistance. And after this, it went back. And here, as you can see here, this one here, this also break this structure here, and after that it went up. So I would say or assume, let's say assume, because all of these are assumptions, that this here is our order block. Why is that? Because as I said before, it took the liquidity from this one here and then broke structure. So as soon as, or as long as we don't break this order block, we are still bullish. And I've reached my target of 27K based on logarithmic chart. If you look at logarithmic charts, you'll see something very beautiful. Here, of course, anyone can draw these lines, but I will tell you why I think it's interesting. Because now you see here this move here to the upside. It wasn't visible because it was very slow move, or very small move on the normal chart. But now you see this. You see that price broke the structure and spent some time doing this retracement. When it reached the ultimate candle, it was here on March 2020. So now we are in February, right? So I think we may still either this month or the next month will be the last retracement, as I said before, only if we are bullish. Of course, it may go down from here, and all of this analysis will be wrong. May go like this, and then it's the end. But let's assume, how can I remove this? Yeah, let's assume that the bullish scenario is still valid, and now we are going to this retracement level, same as this retracement level. Here it went back actually near zero. So you can also add to your position if it reached these areas. And as you can see here, price went to 10 Fibonacci extension, which is crazy. If this happened, actually above 10. So this is your take profit area, which is between 35 and 80. Of course, I'm being very, very optimistic, but I would be very happy if price reached the level of 8. That's why I said my target will be around 27, 28. Because also, if you use the element of time here, it took around 14 to 20 months. So if we assume that this or the next month will be the last candle of retracement and count like 14, or 20, you will find that it's also confluent with our target. So we can maybe like say here, and don't be that greedy. So this area, which is around 30K, should be your target for Ethereum. Why is that? Because if you buy only one Ethereum or half Ethereum, maybe around these levels, so it will be like $1,000, and it's better to keep it until it reach a very, very high or very good take profit area. You don't want to sell it here. Of course, you would make money, but it's not. It doesn't make any that big of a difference, right? Because I have done that before, where I was in a very good trade and I exit very early. Especially if your risk is not that big, you're not like having a like $1 million position or whatever. If you have $1 million position, yeah, of course it's okay to exit here or take a lot of your position here and leave the rest to run. But if your position is small, it's better to let your profits run. And our target will be like next year. So that's it for today. Follow for more.